I know you're gonna dig this.
They'll throw to second for one, and now they got the man trapped at third and tagging out. And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting, we have G-Dub from Austin, Texas, and finally, Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
I did it again. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This is another Monday. This is the Monday that they turn the clocks back. That we all lost an hour of sleep. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't lose an hour of sleep because I slept another hour yesterday. So I didn't really lose an hour of sleep. I lost an hour, but I got my sleep in. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how you do the thing. That's how you do what you do. Hey, you got me and Mo right now, waiting on Dana to come on through. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, dudes in NFL getting released faster than women getting released on Valentine's Day. This thing is crazy. I'm telling you, it is crazy. Valentine's Day.
You released the woman. You released the woman the week before Valentine's Day, or the week before Christmas.
Some do it on Valentine's Day because they say they ain't got that money. But we know they got that money. We know NFL got that money, man. There's so much to talk about tonight. Hopefully we can get through most of it. It's just amazing how this whole thing has turned out. Who's the biggest winners of what's going on when it comes to this free agency thing, these trades going down. Miami did some good stuff by getting Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose, I want to thank you again for all your hard play you did for the Rams and getting us a Super Bowl ring. So if you want to go somewhere else, man, go ahead and do your thing. He go from Venice Beach to South Beach. What kind of life is that? only in NFL can you do that, Mo. Let's go from a beach in a beach on the West Coast to a beach on the East Coast. Man, that must be nice. Must be nice. Mo, you got your Black History moment?
I do. Not Black History. It's not a good Black History moment. To the person that I'm doing.
Okay. Go ahead. Work it out.
I'm doing my boy Donald Brashear. Name ring a bell? What about if I put a stick up to my head? Hockey player that got hit with the stick.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So Donald Brashear is actually close to age to me. He was born in 1972. I was born in 76. Dude was never a beast. So I don't say this to say that he was a guy that was a great player. He was good. He still had good years even after that, where he had years where he averaged 40 points per season. Not like he's a 40 goal scorer, not like he's getting 40 assists per time. But the good thing about him was that he brought light to something because of what happened to him. He was an enforcer. He was the guy that would go out and take out and bump the best goal scorers. He was the guy that was out there to knock them off theirs so they can't get theirs. But Marty McSorley, one of the dirtiest players ever in the NHL, had the nerve to run up behind him. I guess it's not run up, it's skate up behind him and hit him with a stick to the head. And the reason that's my black history moment, because that's the last time I watched a hockey match. Last time when the brother went down, so did my love for the NHL. I ain't watched a game since then. I don't know where it keeps this game going. It's probably white people, because if other black people like me, you ain't watching it no more. But seriously, with Donald Brashear, he had a couple of good years. He still had contracts after that. He made 1.2 million. He was an average player. But he made me realize that the NHL is not for brothers, and it never will be for brothers. PK Subban, yeah, you're doing something, but people clowned you when you went out and didn't have good games in the finals. So it's all about just making sure that we put a light on guys that have actually been wronged, that the other guy actually played before him. He actually got back on the ice before Brashear did, because Brashear was out the rest of that year and also a couple of games, and Marty McSorley got to start the next year. So it's just bad when you come back after doing the hitting more than the person that got hit. So that's my Black History moment of the time. And next week, I'll make sure it's more positive, but I need to get this one out.
Okay. So mine's next up is Earlene Brown. Earlene Brown was born July 11th, 1935 in Texas. She died May 21st, 1983 at the age of 47 from Compton, California. 5'9", 250-pound athlete, shot put discus thrower. She was with Spartman's Women's Athletics Club in Compton track. She was a shot putter and a disc thrower in the Olympics. So let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit background on her. So Earlene Brown, better known as Nee, was an American athlete notable for her career in track and fields and roller games. She competed in 1956, 60, 64 Olympics in shot put and discus throw, and won a bronze medal in the shot puts in 1960. She finished fourth in the discus in 1956. What else we got here? So track career. So let's go back a little bit. Here. Brown began her participation in track and field activities as a member of the LAPD Deputy Auxiliary Police after it was introduced to her September 9, 1943 by Mayor Fletcher Brown. She competed and excelled in basketball through which led her to shot put. While attending LA Jordan High, she was discovered by Alan Vasquez, Josephine Spearman, and Clarence McKay, who tried to get her to turn out for the Helsinki Olympics, but she was too busy going to dances. Brown joined the Amateur Athletic Union (AAU) at the age of 21 in 1956, by which time she was already married to Henry Brown, a bricklayer, and had a baby boy, Reginald Jr., born November 14, 1955. There she started weightlifting and under the tutelage of Des Cox, while American original javelin technique Steve Seymour coached her in shot put and discus. From 1959 on, Brown was associated with the Tennessee State University Tiger Bells, which coach Ed Temple was also the head coach of the U.S. Olympic Women's Track and Field team. Temple spent time getting Earlene in shape for the 1960 games. Earlene then became one of Wilma Rudolph's closest friends. At the 1960 Olympics game in Rome, Brown won the bronze medal in the women's shot put in 1964 games in Tokyo. Brown, who was a short-sighted and wore heavy glasses as a consequence, except when throwing, was beset by both wind and rain and lost her footing and chance to become a toe holder in the crown. In 1964, Brown hosted her Russian shot put counterpart Galen Zabian, Tamara Press, and somebody Eugenia Kostowski from unsanctioned Los Angeles. Although she could speak Russian, one stop they made were Sportsman's Ballerina, a bowling alley where Brown was known to bet in winner-take-all bowling matches called pot bowling, where she introduced the Russian athlete to American sports. In 1965, she retired from shot putting competition. The same year, she became a skater as a blocker for the New York Bomber roller derby team. She was dubbed the Brown Bomber. In 1975, after retiring from athletics endeavors, she returned to her practice of beautician. She died at the age of 47 on May 1st, 1983 in Compton, California. So she is the first Black woman to win a medal in the shot put in the discus. And ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the picture, she looks like a god. She does, she really does. But I congratulate her for what she did in 1960s. And Mo, I'm probably gonna age myself here, but I remember roller derby used to come on every Saturday, and we watched that roller derby thing. Man, I'm telling you right now, I wonder was she one of the people that was out there roller derby like everybody else.
I bet you she might have been the person that was elbowing people when they're going by, right?
Exactly. Definitely was exactly. I think we got my boy.
But she was the one that would be flying by and take a poor people.
Yeah. I think we got Dana on the line. Dana, you out there?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
How you doing, brother? How's the family?
Oh, we good.
Okay. How you feel? You sound like you're underneath the weather a little bit. Is that heat heat getting to you down there?
Man, it's heat and air conditioning, and rain. And I was like I was gonna play hood, but I was like, nah, I can't let y'all down. Let y'all down like the last 3 weeks.
So let's get right into it, Dana. What you think about the Jalen Ramsey trade? You like that?
No.
Why not?
Need some linebackers. Those young cornerbacks Miami had last year, they coming into their own. And I think that playing into the playoffs, that gave them some of the time that they needed. And they could have used some of those draft picks and some of that free agency money for linebacker, something you need a need.
Well, Dana, they only gave him a third round. They only gave him a third round pick and a tight end for him, so that's not big. I mean, I think overall,
that's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's a win. I think it's a win for them because now you got you basically got two shutdown corners. Now I'm gonna say this because of the defensive coordinator you have. He taught Brandon Staley, the coach for the Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah. I done heard this story today.
Yeah, he taught him how to run this defense, and when he was with the Rams, they let Jalen basically play wherever he wanted to play, and I think that was a good thing for him because I mean, you think about it, he could be he's been able to be a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? He's a good DB. Could he play safety? They could allow him to be what he want to be on that team. Me personally, I think that makes the defense just that much better.
One thing I like about it, he prayed to come to Miami, so that's a good thing. I think he want to be there, so he prayed to come to Miami.
Well, yeah, and that says something for that says something for the character. And I'm gonna say this: that says something about the character of the Rams because they probably could have got more for him somewhere else because I felt like they should have got more, but that's where he wanted to go because they won a Super Bowl with them because he never complained about anything about the team. They did it. They did him a solid and sent him where he wanted to go. So I like that move. I like that move. Anything else you like?
If he help us get to the Super Bowl.
Say what?
If he help us get to the Super Bowl, it would be gladly appreciated.
Mo, any pickups for you guys that you like right now?
We picked up Patrick Peterson, so that means we're probably going to draft a young cornerback to play behind him. And to have a great, I mean, he's been a great cornerback. He's not as great anymore, but he knows how to play the position. So I think it was more about getting experience in there to be able to teach our young corners. But I think we're going to draft 2 because we need help at corner because we lost our best corner. He's going to he signed with the Lions, Cam Sutton, 3 years, $33 million. I understand why we didn't give him the money because we need money because we have so much money spent on our defense. But you don't let good cornerbacks go, especially one that could play in the slot. And just back to y'all with Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, they picked up Jalen Ramsey to play Travis Kelce because that's the only guy that I've ever seen slow him down. You're not going to stop him. You're not going to stop Travis Kelce. But if you can put one guy on him and you keep your other 3 cornerbacks on the wide receivers, you got a chance. So that's what I think that was for because it's not that many dominant tight ends, but that's what you need in the AFC. You need to beat Kansas City. So that's how you stop Kansas City, is being able to at least have one guy that has a good chance of stopping him.
That's a great observation right there. I didn't even think about it that far. I mean, because I think that, to be honest with you, the only thing about the Miami Dolphins, Dana, that I'm still questioning about is that Tua situation. Now they're questioning this contract extension. There's still that Tom Brady-ish conversation going on out there, Dana. I mean, you got the heart. You down in Florida. What are you hearing as far as the quarterback is concerned? Because Miami came out and said they're all in the tour, but they haven't given a 5th-year option yet. They got till May, I think. I think they showed their hand too early by making that comment. But is there
already picked it up?
No, not yet. They haven't signed him yet. They said they were going to, but they haven't done it yet. So
I was just watching First Take a few minutes ago.
They said they gave it to him.
And what's his name? Said that's how far that Miami is all in. He paid up the 5th-year option on tour. Lewis Reddick.
I didn't see that.
But you're both right. They didn't sign an extension. They just gave him the 5th year contract option. They picked that up. So they get him for another year, but he didn't sign the long-term extension.
Okay. All right.
I got a bone to pick with you before I go, Kel.
I'm listening.
This brotherly love. You did this to me all season. You jinxed my Tar Heels so bad they didn't even make the tournament. What? Look, man, NC
State.
But wait a minute, I thought you was a Hurricane fan, man. What's going on? You not a Hurricane fan anymore?
Listen, I'm a Hurricane fan and I'm a Tar Heel fan. I was a Tar Heel fan before Miami even got a basketball team.
Yo, they talking bad about him too, man. It's like Herbert Davis ain't the coach for them, man. They should have got Stackhouse for real. That's who they should have got as their basketball coach. Just because he's on the staff don't mean that doesn't mean he can't coach. They should be able to coach, and we're seeing right now that there is an issue with him coaching because they were the first team that ever was ranked number 1 in number 1 in basketball and not ever make the tournament. That's crazy right there.
You did that.
No, I didn't do that. If it was my way, Duke wouldn't be in there either.
You didn't work hard enough.
Yo, that
Coach K thing is
So getting back to Miami though. So are you hearing anything about Tom Brady coming out of retirement at all?
I heard that, but I heard another what they call it bomb. What they call it okay, I'm lost. Okay. I heard Derrick Henry might be becoming a Miami Dolphin.
But are they trying to trade? They trying to trade him, correct?
Yeah. Tennessee is trying to trade him.
He might be a Miami Dolphin next week.
How many draft picks y'all got left, man? You ain't got too many.
They got about 5.
Damn, I don't know if that's gonna be enough to get Henry, because y'all don't have no first round draft pick, right?
Yeah, we have 1.
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, I think I might be wrong, but they gave it a no, they got Chubb for 2 second round.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility. So there could be a possibility that the Tom Brady situation could be still alive.
Tom Brady coming up. He retired. He said he want to play with his daughter and her kids.
Yeah, that's what he's saying right now.
He want to be a father now.
If I'm the owner, I'm like,
we don't need that. We don't need that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm the owner, I'm like, yo, I'm going to him like, look, man, you cost me a draft pick. Come on and give me 1 year. Like, you cost me a draft pick. You can at least give me 1 year. Give me 1 year service.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna win the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. I'm done with Tom Brady, man. He the only dude do all this crime and don't get in trouble.
He's been in trouble.
So
he had his 3 games. He had his 3 games with the flake game.
So what do you guys think about Austin Eckler asking for out Los Angeles Chargers? I'm gonna tell you why I think he's out. It's because they know that they got to pay the quarterback. So that means there's not gonna be no money for him right now. That's why he wants out. Where's a good fit? Where's a good fit do you guys think that Austin Eckler can go? I got my take. Dana, what's your thoughts on that?
I have to go ahead and help those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They need a good running back.
I'm surprised you said that.
Tampa.
I'm surprised you said that, Dana.
I don't know about that. I don't know about Tampa.
What is it? I'm a hater. I'm not a hater.
No. Nobody said you hated. We said we surprised
you. I'm saying you went for the wrong running back. Miami should be picking up. That's the guy because he can actually catch. And run.
Yeah, he does. He does fit with the offense.
So Mo, you're saying Miami?
That works. Yeah.
Miami needs a running back. Miami needs a running back. I think they should wait. They can't wait until the second round. But you never know. There might be a running back that drops.
I think he can end up with the Eagles.
Baltimore.
I think it's with the Eagles. Eagles got draft picks that they can give up because Miles Sanders. They can't afford Miles Sanders right now. He priced himself out of Philadelphia, so I think Philly might be a place for him going forward. But it's just weird though how he's already thinking ahead of his career more so than he's thinking ahead of the Chargers' career because he's like, look. I got to go because I'm not going to get paid if this dude stays around because I know he's about to get paid next year and they ain't going to have no money for me. You're going to be in the same situation. He's going to get franchised or something like that. You're going to be just like the same situation that Barkley's in that Barkley's in now with the Giants. They gave Daniels all that money and they got franchised. You know what I'm saying? So I get his point.
I can't believe that he did. I was sparked right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mo.
If I was the Bears, I'd pick up David Montgomery. David Montgomery is so underrated. He could catch.
Yeah,
he could run.
Yeah.
It was just a bad offense in Chicago.
And you know what? I'm saying this too. If Eckler goes to Chicago, that's a nice piece too, because now you take away now Justin Fields don't have to run as much because now you got a proven running back in him as well. So that's a move that they could make as well. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see something nice happens for Austin Eckler because he's reading the handwriting on the wall. He's like, yo, okay, I want out because I ain't gonna be able to get paid this year coming up. So might as well just go ahead and let me go on somewhere else where I want to be or where I can get paid because you guys are not gonna pay me. Also, the Cleveland Browns open up the pocketbook. Deshaun Watson said, "Yo, y'all can go ahead and knock me off. Go ahead and take some money back." So now their salary cap is at $36 million. So they're looking to get Juju or Odell, Edmonds is three of the names that's coming up that I'm hearing right now.
Which Edmonds?
The linebacker, the one from Buffalo, I think.
He already signed. He signed with the Bears.
He just signed with the Bears today, just now. Yeah. Okay, so he's
4 years, $72 million.
He's out of the running there because what I read was if I can find it. I can't.
Tremaine.
Tremaine, yep. Can't find it right now. Bears to sign Tremaine.
Yeah, decide.
Yep. Okay. So, and just to bring people to snuff. I mean, bring people up. Lions resigned the linebacker Angelo Lone. Cowboys restructured Gallup's contract. Eagles resigned offensive tackle Toth. Jets cut offensive lineman Samian. The 49ers, the 49ers signed Darnold to a contract. I don't understand that. I don't understand that, but he played out at USC, so they may know something that we don't know.
The quarterback?
Yes.
They needed a quarterback.
The Commanders claimed Dantzler off of waivers. Bucks resigned quarterback Den. Giants signed off defensive lineman Nunez Rochette. Cowboys in Seattle are interested in linebacker Wagner. Steelers reached a 2-year deal with Peterson. I think that's big, though. I really think that's big. And you know what though? If Pittsburgh was in the mock draft, they picked the draft Porter from Penn State. So let's see if they still do that.
We are.
Bates signed with the Falcons. Bengals re-signed linebacker Pratt. Bears signed guard Davis for 3-year deal. Broncos signed quarterback Stedman. Niners re-signed Givens. Bills re-signed Lewis. Bears signed Edmonds. The Browns re-signed the center Puckett. Washington signed offensive lineman Wiley to a 3-year deal. Texas expects to sign defensive tackle Ridgeway. Panthers signed safety Bell. Minnesota signed Oliver. Expects to sign with the Vikings. Giants re-signed offensive lineman Davis. Buffalo Bills bringing guard McGovern to help offensive line. Chiefs signed offensive tackle Juwan Taylor. Texas add 3 players: Case Keenum, Chase Wanchak, and Mike Boone. Lions address defensive end with Sutton, which is a good move with them. Dana, y'all picked up Mike White who was with the Jets as a quarterback. Raiders.
You need a backup quarterback.
The Raiders agreed to terms with Jimmy G.
Why you get Jimmy G?
They can't afford him, man. Jimmy G just signed a 4-year deal for $63 million and got 34 up front.
Oh, yeah, Raiders got that Larry in the backyard, buddy.
Campbell, defensive end Campbell got released by the Ravens. I'm surprised at that one. Chargers pursuing Johnny Johnson. Bucks explore trade with guard Mason. Bears and Broncos targeting offensive lineman McClinchy. Bears agree terms with Edwards. Patriots signed Jones. Jonathan Jones agreed to a 2-year deal. I think that's a good move for them. Let's see here. What else we got out here? Real good. So, question for you guys.
Don't forget the tackle in Kansas City. Juwan Taylor.
Yeah, Juwan Taylor. They signed him. But that's not the one that was
4 years, $80 million.
Was that the one
Orlando Brown Jr. They let him go.
Yeah,
they let him go.
Wow.
Oh, you let him go?
Yeah.
Come on, man. And that's what you need.
Yeah, that's gonna be. But somebody got to pay $25 million for him per year.
Yeah, he's up there. But if they're franchising, then they're gonna get to. So let me ask you guys. I'm trying to find this, but if you franchise a player,
they can't.
do
Franchise
you have to
tag
give
is
him
over.
Franchise tag is over.
for Brown?
Yeah, they had to do it by like March
they had
9th.
to do it by like March 9th.
And it's 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah, but my question is: it 2 first-round consecutive draft picks, or can you skip a year and do it? So you can skip a
if
year.
you got 2 this year,
if you got 2 this year,
you got to give them both.
You got to give them both.
Okay.
Hey.
So let's go back. Let's go back to this Jimmy G thing with the Raiders.
The
Raiders.
We were gonna talk about the Raiders anyway. Okay.
Hey.
And we couldn't figure out who was gonna be the quarterback there. Even though I thought kind of maybe Tom Brady-ish was gonna go there or not. But I looked at Jimmy G's numbers and they were almost similar to Derek Carr numbers. So you just gave a dude that's been injured every year he's been in the pros all that money because the system that you run, which you probably can't run that same system in Oakland, in Las Vegas that you ran in New England because you don't have that same type of team. So I'm kind of confused on why they let that Carr go. I don't think, to me, Carr's not that bad of a quarterback. Even when they got in the playoffs the year before last and they lost to Cincinnati, he was not the cause of them losing Cincinnati. Their team was just the team. There was a lot of bad calls in that game that caused them to have issues. And so I still don't believe that he was a cause of everything. But I think that the Saints is probably a better fit for him. By him going to the Saints, Mike Thomas is probably going to stay. Now they got an issue with the running back because Kamar might be going to jail for whatever he did. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember what all he did. Was it assault, battery, or something like that?
See what he did.
I can't remember what he did.
It was assault.
Assault. Okay.
He beat some dude up.
He beat some dude up.
So that right there is eye-opening, in a sense. Now I'm watching NFL on the NFL channel, and they came up with a scenario where the Patriots could get Lamar Jackson. You know.
Oh, boy.
And the thing about it is, though, is that that's what Mo said. He don't want to go there either. If you got offensive coordinator and Bill O'Brien, who he's proven that he can be offensive coordinator at some point in time. You got one of the best head coaches out there in the history of football. And maybe this might be his last hurrah, and maybe he may go out there and get him a quarterback like Lamar to come there and play, and that changed the whole dynamics of that division. That division becomes one of the best divisions if your boy don't see the light and don't as long as your boy sees the light and go to the Jets, that's going to be one of the most exciting divisions coming forward. If Lamar could get to there and he gets paid, he gets his money, because we know he's not going to get all his money. What do you guys, and I think we got Lou on the line with us as well. Lou, welcome to the show. What do you guys think in reference to Lamar maybe going to New England, and what is taking Aaron Rodgers so long to say that he's going to the Jets? Because right now the Jets are in a holding pattern. You know, they're just flying in the air in a holding pattern. They got to lose gas. They got to land at some point in time. What is the holdup with him? If it's the money, because I think the Packers do have to pay some of the money. Now if he comes back, and they pay some of the money, 24 hours later they can restructure his contract. So my two questions is, could we see Lamar Jackson in the Patriots uniform, and why is it taking Aaron Rodgers so long to make a decision on the Jets? Dana, what's your thoughts?
Man, listen, the Patriots have never paid nobody. They haven't paid Tom Brady. They haven't paid none of those linebackers. They didn't pay Ty Law. They didn't pay Randy Moss. No, that's not the Patriot way. And I don't think Lamar fits their mental thing. I don't think they want a quarterback like Lamar. They experienced with Cam Newton and it didn't work. I know he was going through COVID. I know he was going through COVID and everything. Patients don't work like that.
Dana, I don't know about the Cam Newton thing because Cam Newton was on the back end of his career. So I don't think you can compare Cam Newton to Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good comparison.
I think they're gonna suck whatever that's in him out of him. They gonna Ocho Cinco his man.
Okay.
Lou, he's not gonna be able to fit into that system, and Aaron Rodgers will not be going to the Jets.
Okay.
I didn't want to ramble on.
Lou, what's taking what are you hearing is taking so long for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision about the Jets while they're still in this holding pattern? Because players are being signed, players are going different places, and actually, I think the Jets lost an offensive lineman today to somebody else.
Yeah.
So what's your take on Aaron Rodgers? Is he going to be in the gangrene, or is he going to go up? Is he going to just ride on the sunset on the pony and retire?
Well, as I said before, it's not the same for everyone it was. And let's face it, Rodgers is no Brett Favre. I mean, he did the Jets well with briefly, but he does the same thing. He's not even sure he wants to play. I don't see somebody who suggests, they say they're good right now, but Rodgers is actually dying. I say no. He's going to just grab it and then just.
Okay, Mo, what's your thoughts on both?
Aaron Rodgers is going to do what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. That's all it is. Lamar Jackson, I just saw something that said he could sit out the season. So if he sits out the season, I'm good with that because that means that Baltimore has tied up all that money on their cap because they have franchised him already, and he ain't gonna play. I'm good with that. I think he goes. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just gonna leave it like it is. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna be with the Jets, though. I think he just sees no reason to come back there to Green Bay because there's nothing for him there. I don't even think they're gonna re-sign Randall Cobb, so he'll want to be there if his boy ain't gonna be there. And he's feeling the love from the Jets, and he thinks that that's the way that he actually keeps following Brett Favre. Oh, you're gonna let that go, huh, K-Dix?
I'm not gonna let that go. I'm not gonna let that go because you know what? That's where I was going with this next. Because he goes to the Jets, but the thing about it, if he goes to the Jets, they're gonna restructure his contract, so he's gonna be there longer than a year. So maybe that's not where he really wants to be, but that's where he's gonna end up being. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Brett Favre. I would not be surprised if Aaron Rodgers says to the Packers, "Yo, I'm done. I'm retiring," and end up going somewhere else and playing. And the other place I think that he could probably end up playing would be San Francisco, because Jimmy G's out of there now. So you got the quarterback they got now, and you got Trey Lance and also Brock Purdy there. Okay, so they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight over being the starting quarterback. I think now that everybody has seen film. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
But they both might be hurt at the start of the season. That's why they signed Sam Darnold.
That's I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. That didn't make any. If I was them, I would have went and got Baker Mayfield before I would got Sam Darnold. I'm just saying. Sam Darnold just. I mean, he played good at the end of the season for Carolina because he had to prove himself. So he played outside of his comfort zone to show people that he can still play. But I'm saying if that's the case, you go and get Baker Mayfield in. Why would you even waste your time on Sam Darnold?
Why you want Baker?
Because Baker's better than Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
I'm sorry, but Sam Darnold played well for Carolina at the end of that season.
Right,
and he is from USC.
He did play well for them. He did play well for them for the end of the season. But again, you're leaving Carolina, you go on to San Francisco, which is a completely different probably offense, and it's not the same team. Now you do have a better offensive line than you had in maybe in Carolina, but Carolina started playing good football at the end of the season. They still could have made the playoffs. But I'm just saying to myself, I'm looking at Sam Darnold and I'm looking at Baker Mayfield, who I'm not really thrilled at either or. But if I had to pick one of the two, me personally, I'm going with Baker Mayfield. That's because I'm like, he really don't have to do a lot because he got the running back, he got the wide receivers, he got a fullback, he got all that. The only thing that Sam Darnold probably has more than Baker Mayfield is he probably taller. Sam Darnold was 6'3", 6'4", and Baker was 5. He might be 6 foot at the most. But who got the better moxie? I think it's Baker Mayfield. Who has more to prove? I think Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm just saying that's why I would go. But we already know that Baker Mayfield probably will end up in Tampa when it's all said and done with. So Odell Beckham did a workout this weekend, guys, and they said it was amazing. They said he looked good, knee looked good. He did some cutting and stuff like that. But his asking price is right around $20 million. Now, I don't know if that's 20 a year or 20 for 1 year, but do you guys think that Odell Beckham is worth $20 million going forward next year? Mo?
No. It would be a 1 year prove it deal, probably 1 year, maybe 10 million, but I would give him incentives to get up to 20 million. So to make another 10 million in incentives, but I'm only giving them a 1 year deal. And the reason being is because everything that goes with him. Nothing against Odell, but you just coming off injury where you said you're going to be back last year and you were. You also caused friction to get out of the Giants. You also did not play well in Cleveland. You didn't show, you helped the Rams get to a Super Bowl. So when everybody talks well about you there, but at the same time, you got to show me that you're worth it. So I'm only giving you a 1 year deal for $10 million with incentives up to 20. And then we could talk about if you do well in the season.
Dana, what's your thoughts on Odell?
Man, let it go. I was like Mo. You got to think about everything that's going to come with it. It all depends on who picks him up. Like you throw him in the slot or whatever. Like he's good, but Miami he'll be a waste of space.
But let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that he demands a double team still?
No.
Okay, so if he doesn't,
no, he's not what he was.
So if he doesn't demand a double team, and I still think the guy got some gas in his tank. Any team that's going to be a competitor or contender might want to look at him. Now I'm gonna say this: he did say that he would rather play with teams that have natural grass and astroturf. Okay, because that's how he tore his knee up with the Rams. So if we look at that little tidbit, these are all the teams that have natural grass. Arizona has natural grass, and that grass is terrible. That stuff they played in the Super Bowl on, that was terrible. You got the Baltimore Ravens, Chicago Bears, Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos, Green Bay Packers. We can forget Denver because nope, they won't have a quarterback. Jacksonville Jaguars could be a nice place. Kansas City Chiefs, Vegas, Miami, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, 49ers, Tampa Bay, Tennessee Titans, Washington Commanders. Now, out of those teams I'm talking about, they all got grass fields. You got Baltimore.
Okay, I was wrong.
Baltimore will be a plus. I think Cleveland could be a plus because I think the money that they open up, they're gonna get somebody. They're gonna bring some other people in. If I'm him, I'm eyeing Jacksonville. I'm eyeing Kansas City because you don't have to be the number one receiver.
Who is the number one receiver? Because of Travis Kelce?
For yeah.
Kansas City, yeah.
For Kansas, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to the team that probably still got the most cap room. I'm going to the Bears.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
I'm going to Jacksonville.
that might be a take. Chicago. So I got Chicago, Jacksonville, Kansas City.
He played for the Giants forever.
He played for the Giants forever, man.
I'm gonna say that if I'm gonna eliminate Tampa Bay out of it because Baker Mayfield's gonna be there, so I know he's not gonna want to go where Baker is.
Baker's
So
going
out
to
of those
Tampa?
teams,
Baker's going to Tampa?
Yeah, I think that's where Baker end up going, to Tampa.
Go to Jacksonville. Help those young guys.
Tennessee and Washington Commanders.
That's what Trevor needed.
So if you look at this, really, I'm saying there's probably 4 actual teams that we could talk about. The Bears, the Browns, Jacksonville, and Kansas City are 4 teams that you can go to. And I'm gonna say this: even if he goes to Vegas, now you got 2 good wide receivers on the team. So that takes away somebody got to get double teamed, right? And I think Odell still is that guy that can, especially in the red zone. I think he can still catch the ball better than anybody else in the red zone when it comes to as a wide receiver. So I'm gonna just throw them in. I'm gonna throw them in the hat. Anybody else? I got Chicago, Cleveland, Jacksonville, Kansas City, and Vegas. Anybody got anybody else different you think that he might end up going to? Anybody?
No, I think Jacksonville.
Okay. So Jackson will be your number one. That would be number 1.
I'll be my number 1 spot if it was me.
Mo?
Because I get to go help.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Okay.
You call
Mo. Lou, who you think?
Well, I guess I got to agree with on the Bears. The Bears.
And I'm gonna say the Browns because they just open up all that cap room. They didn't do it for nothing. They didn't do it for nothing. I'm just saying in Deshaun Watson, him and them two, they hang up together too. I think they like go on vacations or wherever together or something like that. So,
they get massages.
You're stupid. You're stupid. So I'm gonna go with the Browns as my number 1 team. So we're gonna leave it there. Okay. So let's see where we at time wise. We at 7:47. We got 15 minutes before the hour. We did talk about Jalen Ramsey. We did talk about Tua in the 5th year option.
I don't believe it.
They picked up the 5th year option. So that means Tua will be guaranteed a salary of $23 million in 2024 if they pick up the 5th year option. The number 5th overall pick, Tua excelled his first season under the head coach of Mike McDaniels in 2022. He completed 64.8% of his passes for 3,548 yards with 25 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He led the league among qualifying players in passing rating at 105.5 yards per attempt, 8.9 yards completion, and 13.7 yards after catch. So they might be on to something there, Dana. They might be on to something there. Go ahead, Mo.
Quick question.
Who would you rather take?
It's been the age old thing. You want Herbert or you want
Tua?
Damn.
I fill it out. Oh, we go up.
Wow.
Pre-concussion tour, or like right now.
Wow.
Right now. Talking about right now. At this
about
moment.
right now.
Knowing that Tua could be hurt at any time.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Herbert. I'm gonna go Herbert, man, because
I don't know.
Did Tua lose a game last year?
He was just so stay healthy.
That's a hard one, man. Because of the injuries of Tua, I can't go with Tua. But then I seen Herbert be up 27-7 and lose. And he threw like 3 interceptions in the one game. And I'm like, so that's kind of hard, man.
I'm going Tua all day.
To be honest with you, I gotta go with Tua. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to go with Tua, take my chances with Tua, even with the concussions, because how well he played. In the games he played in, they were always in the games. In the games he played in, he never was the reason why they lost the game. You know what I'm saying? Where Justin Herbert was the reason why they lost some games, for his interception. So I get your point. I really do. That's a tough decision, but if I had to go by,
Miami would have been in the Super Bowl if Tua would have played.
He said
Miami would have been in the Super Bowl to have played. Tua would have played.
No, I don't think y'all. I don't think y'all's beating Kansas City.
I think they would have.
But
But you got to say Tua healthy all season.
I would trash, man.
I would love to see that. That would have been love. But you know what?
Tyreek versus
Patrick.
Then you might see it this year. You might just see that this year. All right, guys. So,
yes, Lord, let me see it.
So let me ask you guys a question. Getting to Lamar. Do you think that Deshaun Watson has an impact on Lamar Jackson with his negotiations? Do you think that because do you think that it's him not having an agent is hurting his process of getting a contract done with Baltimore, because they came out and said we're going to give you $23 million guaranteed, but we're not giving you nothing over that. Or no, 30. I think it was $33 million guaranteed, but they're not giving you nothing above that. So my question is this right here: why don't, if you really want him to stay, why don't you don't give him some small incentives to get to that 42.1 million or 43 million dollars? Why don't you give some incentives in the contract that he can make and he still get his money? You only looking at another $11 million. You know what I'm saying? That you can give him. And I don't know if they ever thought about that, but when they gave that defensive player all that money, I was like, oh, he's not staying there. And we was talking about this on the page, and I said to somebody on the page, I was like, on the book, I was like, yo, I said, Cleveland was really smart for what they did, because they knew that his contract was coming up. Not that Deshaun Watson actually deserved all that money he got, but they knew that if they gave him that money, it puts a damper on what Baltimore wanted to do going forward with Lamar Jackson.
And Cincinnati.
Go ahead, Mo. And Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? So now the bar has been raised this high, especially with Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's he's going to be the next highest paid quarterback in that division for real. My question is, I want to see how much guaranteed money he get, because the owners came out and said that they're not giving any more guaranteed money or fully guaranteed contract to anybody else in professional football, because day to day they could be hurt. So let's see if they stick to it, or is it because the last guaranteed contract they gave out were all to black quarterbacks, and we know that Herbert and Burrows is coming up next for pay raises. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to explain this to a guy on the Facebook. I was like, yo, just call in the show. I said, let's talk about it. I said, because I'm gonna show you what they did, how they did that. So what's going to end up happening, even if it doesn't happen this year, guys, Lamar Jackson probably is going to leave Baltimore to go somewhere else. He's going to do a Kirk Cousins. Yep. He's going to do a Kirk Cousins and leave and go somewhere else from Baltimore. Now, what I respect, though, is that Lamar Jackson ain't bad mouthing Baltimore, and Baltimore's not bad mouthing Lamar Jackson. But the thing about it is he means more to that city than they really think. When you got guys on the team that are taking pay cuts to give him his money, you got an ice cream place what's it called? They got an ice cream thing now. It's called Pay Lamar. That's the name of the ice cream. So the thing about it is, Dana, Lou, and Mo, is that, and Mo's down there, and he can be honest with me about this. I'm not from Baltimore. I'm not from the area at all, but I'm gonna say this though.
Right.
Those people love him. He does a lot for the community down there. And they're not used to somebody doing what he's doing. And that's why they love him. That's why they're willing to do whatever they gotta do. I'm surprised that none of the fans did a GoFundMe account to get this man his money. Because people GoFundMe account on anything else. If you really want him to stay, go ahead and do a GoFundMe account and tell the owner he has to match whatever y'all give. And the thing about it is, then he gets the opportunity to stay there in Baltimore. But I'm saying this right here, Dana, Mo, and Lou. If he signs that franchise tag by July, this would be probably his last season in Baltimore. He also could probably sit out Baltimore. And if Baltimore drafts a quarterback by the name of Richardson out of Florida, it's a done deal for Lamar. They might as well go ahead and try to get him. Might as well go and try to trade him at that point. Mo, give us a take on how that city's feeling about this guy right now.
Funny thing about it, man.
I have a lot of Raven friends.
And they keep saying let him go.
Wow.
I'm very surprised.
surprised.
The reason that they say it though is not because of what you think. Not because of the contract.
Not because of the contract.
It's not about him being hurt. It's really about the agent. And they're saying that he doesn't want to play by the NFL rules. And eventually cost Baltimore because by signing him, it's going to make it worse for signing the rest of the players.
But the rest of the players on the team are willing to take a pay cut in order for him to stay. But what my thing is, Ricky Williams did the same thing, and nobody said nothing about Ricky Williams being his own agent.
Because Ricky Williams was high. Is there anything else that needs to be said?
But wait a minute. There's other players in the NFL that are their own agents too. They're just not quarterbacks.
Richard Sherman is. But he has a Stanford degree.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson went to Louisville. I don't know if he graduated. Nothing against Lamar Jackson. I like him as a person. Would I have my mama be my agent in the NFL?
But isn't she a lawyer though?
Doesn't matter. Is she an NFL lawyer? Okay, I'm gonna just put it out, and I'm gonna be hated for the rest of my life. What's the worst thing that you? Who's the worst person you can argue with?
Your mom.
Nah, what kind of mom?
A black mama.
Yeah. Because when she get mad, she ain't budging.
No, she ain't.
But they can't hold it again. And I hear the analysts talk about that too. I think you can't hold him against. You can't hold it against him. To me, I think that's smart. For the simple fact that why pay somebody to negotiate your contract when you can do it yourself, right? Because what's going to end up happening is if he sign a franchise tag, he probably going to leave, and then he's going to get a nice paycheck, and his mom going to be the one to get the paycheck. So I get their point, and the thing about it is, who said it's a rule? Who said you got to have an agent? I'm just saying he's trying to get all his money for himself, because at the end of the day, the agent ain't the one out there playing football. He ain't the one putting his life on the line. He's not the one getting those cortisone shots. He's not the one that's training every day in and day out. He's just there negotiating your contract. And if his mom can do it just as well as another agent can, then we'll keep that money in the family. We're talking about generational wealth here with him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Can I play
Dr. Phil for you?
Yep, go ahead.
Lamar Jackson. How's that working out for you?
But I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's his mom. The problem here is that the Cleveland Browns gave Deshaun Watson all that money. That's the problem right there. Because soon as Cleveland gave him that money, how you say his name?
They said no.
The owner for the Ravens, what's his name? Pashadi? Bashadi came right out after that meeting, said, "I'm not giving him that type of money."
All the owners came out
and this is before he even got hurt.
Collusion.
So
it's collusion.
Right.
This is the most collusion thing since Kaepernick. Think about how many when he came out and they said they were signing him. Think about how many teams came out and said we're not going to sign it.
We're not going to sign it.
And that's crazy, because how you gonna sit and tell me that Lamar Jackson can't help out no other team but Baltimore? You're insane. Because again, this is what I'm telling you right now. This is gonna really piss me off when they give Justin Herbert and Burrows all this money. If they get guaranteed contracts, I'm gonna snap the hell out. I'm telling you that right now, because I get your point. You're like Kyler Murray. That's Arizona's fault for giving that money. He baited them into giving that money. I would have told him, "No, you haven't did anything close to being a top quarterback in the NFL for you to rate that type of money." You know what I'm saying? You're going off of what he's going to do in the future, and his future's been here. His future's come. It's gone, and now God gets a contract. Find out that he don't even read the playbook. He played PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Then you turn around and give Russell Wilson all this money. He goes to Denver and he gets his own private plane. He gets to go see his wife concerts. He gets his own office. Players don't like that. Then you
took it from him.
Then you go to who else was it that got another contract? Oh, you get the Deshaun Watson's contract. Look at all the mess he went through, right? And he still gets a guaranteed contract. Gets to sit out 11 games. Play 7, and he gets all this money. But the thing about it is, the smart thing that Cleveland did was said, we're going to give you this contract, but we're going to ask you to restructure your contract in order for us to bring guys in here that wants to win football games, who wants to win Super Bowls. The rest of the quarterbacks have not done that.
Turned it back on.
No, the other teams didn't do that. None of them other teams did that. Am I not correct? Go ahead, Mo.
Why are you talking about the black
quarterbacks?
Because they the last ones. They the last ones to sign guaranteed contracts. Think about that.
Some guaranteed.
Yeah, but it wasn't all guaranteed.
He got $40 million a year.
$40 million a year.
Daniel Jones.
He got 20. He got what? 20 of it. Was 20 guaranteed? Or was I think 20 of it was guaranteed.
You ain't
like I'm still surprised that the Raiders cut Derek Carr. How you gonna give a man $40 million?
And tell him where won't you go?
Because of their coach, because of their head coach. As simple as that.
That contract got him some more jail, some more days suspended too. But that was mostly what they was concerned about. That contract.
Yeah.
How you gonna send me to court? Your judge ruled my case. My case is done. That ain't set the rules like, okay, case dismissed. Oh no, you got to go find something else. It was about that contract.
It is. I'm telling you right now, them owners were so pissed because they said that they was not giving out no more guaranteed contracts anymore to any other players. They all supposedly agreed to it. And your boy from Cleveland said, "Nah, we're gonna give him. We're gonna get at the last hour. We're gonna give you what you want because we want you to come to Cleveland. Because you come to Cleveland now, we know you come to Cleveland. You're gonna bring other players with you to come to Cleveland when it comes free agency wise. You know what I'm saying? So the whole deal about it's not his Mo. I don't think it's his mom. It's the money that he wants, that he deserves, that he should get. Now, granted that." He's been hurt the last 2 years. I grant you that, right? But he won the MVP at 19 years old. What other? He had to be the youngest MVP to win. Who was younger than him?
He wasn't 19.
Yeah, he was 19.
He wasn't 19.
He was 19
you can't even get into that. You got to play 3 years of college.
You got to play 3 years of college.
Well, I mean, maybe I don't know what he did. Maybe
he wasn't 19
going 20. But I know. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
Not 19.
I may be wrong, but I'm telling you, I think that's what I read.
Right.
That's what I read. Is that But
he's 26 right now.
He's 26
so that means he
right
must have
now.
been 20,
So that means he must have been 24 when he won it.
23 or 24.
23 or
I don't
24.
understand how you pay Daniel Jones. How you pay Daniel Jones? He was 2 plays away from being out the NFL. If this dude comes, no way he went there with not take on boxing. You still gonna pay him?
Daniel Jones runs a 4.4 until he's by himself.
4.4 until he's by himself.
I don't care if he run a 4.3. He's still garbage. Look what he did to Philly. You do that in Philly, you get all that money. You mean to tell me Lamar half of that won't do that? Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
That whole thing is about that money. The owners,
Lamar was 22.
The owners didn't want him to have that money.
Lamar was 22 years old. I apologize.
They gave him more time because of that contract. Oh, I'm sorry.
But Dana, this is the thing though. And Lou and Mo, I'm waiting to see the contract that Herbert gets, because I'm telling you, Eckler said, "Man, I'm out of here because you're not going to be able to pay me because you're going to pay him. So just trade me, let me go somewhere I get paid and play football." Joe Burrows, who took his team to Super Bowl, took his team to AFC Championship last year, he's going to get paid too. Let's see if he gets any guaranteed money. How much guaranteed money he gets?
See what he really is when all his talent got to go.
You know what I'm saying? That's the part that's the part that's gonna really piss everybody off. Is if these guys get guaranteed contracts, man, it's gonna be fire in the city. You have to be like Bernie Mac said, you have to move that furniture.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
Just like, they could give him incentives too, right?
Yeah, but it's not. But Dana, if you give incentives, it's still not guaranteed money. So the incentives is not going to help at all. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm laughing because
I'm laughing because trying to figure out a way. Like my cousin Ryan Clark said, you mean to tell me this ain't collusion? He said,
this is collusion.
This is collusion. Lamar Jackson. When they did it, everybody dropped off.
Go ahead, Mo.
Patrick Mahomes black side.
Patrick Mahomes black side.
Guaranteed money.
Where he didn't get guaranteed money.
The what?
Patrick Mahomes black side. Where he couldn't get guaranteed money.
He couldn't get guaranteed money.
The black side.
I'm saying if he was all white, he'd probably have a guaranteed contract. I'm just saying, hey.
Hey man.
Yo.
So did the black side or the white side win the MVP?
Win the MVP.
Well,
one won the MVP, one won the Super Bowl.
One won the Super Bowl.
I don't know which one did. I don't know which one did. But the thing about it is he did get paid after that. He got $100 million, and now you know what I'm saying. And when
not fully guaranteed.
Not fully guaranteed.
No, not fully guaranteed. But when they broke it down was nice for him, you know, in the sense because it still can help out the team now. But again, if you think about, I mean, just look. Oh man, Russell Wilson did them dirty. Kyler Murray don't read the playbook. He played PlayStation more than he does anything. Then you got Deshaun Watson come off 20-some females saying that he massaged them around the neck area. and now you got Lamar Jackson, who's been hurt the last 2 years, but got an MVP. They said he can't throw. Last year he didn't have no running backs. I mean, all his running backs were out before the season start. Not this season, but the season prior to this. So it doesn't look good for him in the long run. But my thing is this right here.
No, they don't believe in him.
And my thing is, and my thing is right here. They may not believe him, but the team believes in him. That's the part that I'm telling you right now, Dana, if he signs that franchise tag, Baltimore will draft my man Anthony Richardson, I think his name, from Florida.
Yeah.
And next year, if you're a free agent in Baltimore, you're leaving because you did my man Lamar Jackson wrong. I'm telling you right now.
I let them sign that piece of Florida trash. He ain't no.
Yo, Dana.
The Raiders have?
Dana, I'm telling you right now, I like Anthony Richardson. That dude's nice. I like him, Dana.
Man, listen.
I tell you what. I tell you what, Dana. I think he's gonna be the best quarterback in this draft.
I don't.
Okay.
And I think the smallest quarterback in the draft is going to be the best quarterback in the draft.
Which one?
Right.
From Alabama.
Him or that guy from Kentucky gonna be the best two quarterbacks in this draft.
Was it Levy?
Will Levis.
Will Levis.
Yes.
No.
I don't. Anthony Rodgers. What's the dude? What's the dude who was drafted by from LSU and he started eating everything insane? But thank you, please come again.
You talking about
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
That's Anthony Richardson.
Stop, Dana. Dana, stop. Stop, Dana.
Hey,
Dana, stop. Did you watch some combines, Dana?
I'm sorry, but
Dana.
I see what I see.
Dana, did you watch the combines? That dude's chiseled.
Listen, man,
Dana,
combines
that dude
mean nothing.
Dana, that dude's chiseled. He's the most to me, he's the most I don't know about nobody else, but I think he's the most ready quarterback right now to step in. I think if he go to a team that's competitive, I think he's gonna be that dude. Yo, I'm just telling you.
Stop believing in Santa Claus.
I'm telling you. I still believe in Santa Claus. I get gifts from I get gifts from somebody else. I don't buy my own gifts, so I still believe in Santa Claus.
Listen,
Okay. So here we go. This is our moment. Okay. Anthony Richardson.
Where he's going
will be better his rookie year.
Than Lamar Jackson?
No. Than the other rookie quarterbacks.
No, he won't.
Why don't we just do one for who's going to be the best rookie quarterback?
That's if he starts. That's if he starts, Dana. That's if he starts.
This is the Jamarcus Russell, Cam Newton, Kyler Murray, Gumbo.
I'm gonna say this right now. Teams are looking for a quarterback, really, and I'm gonna say this. If I'm the Texas, Houston, Texas, they got the number 1 pick, right? Who got the number 1 pick? Bears traded to who?
Carolina.
The Bears got the number 1 pick. No.
They traded to Carolina.
The Panthers. The Panthers got the number 1.
So if I'm Carolina,
you think the Panthers go to Anthony Jackson?
Listen to me. If I'm the Carolina Panthers, and if I need other holes to fill, I'm flipping that pick again because you know why? This draft, last year's draft, and last year's quarterback draft, and this year's quarterback draft, none of them better than Williams out of USC. None. That's gonna be. That's gonna be. He's gonna be the true. That dude's gonna be the truth coming out. I'm telling you right now, that dude gonna be the truth when he come out. If he can stay healthy, he's gonna be the truth. And if you really think about it, right? If you really think about it, damn. Tennessee Titans.
I need to tell y'all.
Washington Commanders.
Now maybe if he get with Eric Bieniemy, he might be all right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He might be.
Atlanta Falcons.
Don't go to the Bucs.
Those are the teams probably those probably gonna be the teams that's gonna need a quarterback after this year. Anybody agree or disagree? Anybody else out there you think that's gonna need another quarterback?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Miami. Stop, Dana. Y'all all in. Soon he signed that 5th-year option. Come May, y'all all in. So, but getting back to what I was saying though, Mo, I think that I really don't think it's his mom, man. I think it's the contract that Washington signed that's what's holding him up. Because as soon as he signed that contract, Bacciardi came out and said, "Oh, we're not giving that to him." And this is before he even got hurt. So they had no plans on giving him any type of money like that at all. But again, like you said, collusion. And if the thing about it is, if it is collusion, then that looks bad on the NFL. It really does. It really looks bad on them because does he rate that type of money? I say
Daniel Jones gets 40.
Daniel Jones gets 40.
Exactly. And Daniel Jones he's had an okay year this year. What he did put in his repertoire was that he ran the football a little bit more. You know
Let's
what I'm
even
saying?
put it like this.
Let's
Geno
put it
Smith
like
can
this.
get
Geno
35
Smith
million.
can get 35 million.
Oh my God.
Geno Smith.
Geno
He's black.
Smith. He's
He
black.
blacker than every other
quarterback
we've been talking about earlier.
quarterback we've been talking about
Exactly. And Michael Pierce took a $3 million pay cut so that they could sign Lamar Jackson to this money. You know what I'm saying? And this is crazy. I just don't get it. I mean, I understand it, but I understand it, but I don't agree with the whole situation with Lamar Jackson at all. Pay that man his money. As simple as that. You got to pay him what he's worth, and I think he's worth more. But the thing about it is, you know, Lamar is kind of like in the same boat as Aaron Rodgers. If you really think about it, when have they drafted a wide receiver in the first round that panned out, or a skill position player like a tight end, a running back? When have they drafted somebody that was in the first round that was an offensive skill position? You might have did like offensive tackle or offensive guard or center, but at the skill position. Now there must be an issue with Lamar because they can't get any top free agent wide receivers to come there. But the tight end Andrew loves him. He loves that guy. You know what I'm saying? So something's going on there that's just not making any sense. And again, I want to thank the Cleveland Browns for giving Deshaun Watson all that money. Because if we never give him all this money, Lamar would still be a Baltimore Raven that we had to deal with that runs all the time, and he probably going to go somewhere else. Guys.
That's what you really want, Kel. You want him out of there.
Yes, I do.
You and both want him out of there.
I ain't gonna lie.
There's no question.
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all want him out of there.
Oh.
Hey, send it to Miami.
Send it to Miami.
But I do want him to get paid, though. I do want him to get paid.
Y'all help for hate.
He deserved to get paid. All right.
I got a witness too. Lou my witness. They help for hate.
Before we move on to basketball, Baker Mayfield's name has come up as destination Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you guys agree with Tampa Bay on this move for Baker Mayfield? Or do you see Baker going somewhere else? Lou, what's your thoughts on Baker maybe going to Tampa Bay?
If Baker going to Tampa Bay, I think that could be the answer Brady. So I do see him going to Tampa Bay. They need a good quarterback. Brady.
Okay. Dana, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't see it. I mean, you go Tom Brady. At least you kind of have a mobile quarterback to get away. But I don't think. I think they want somebody that's gonna fill it back. Try not to be that Bruce Willis type thing. I think they're going rookie. I think they're gonna start with Travis, and they're gonna find somebody like late rounds and just get him. I think the Bucs quarterback gonna be like a free.
Nope. I gotta disagree with you on that. I'm not saying that might be Baker's destination, but they need a more mature quarterback. They need a quarterback that's been through the fire because that team is playoff ready right now. The only thing they're missing to me is a quarterback. Now there may be some health issues going forward that they need to deal with, and some injuries are going forward. But if you put Aaron Rodgers with that team, they're Super Bowl bound. You put Derek Carr with that team, they're Super Bowl bound. You put Jimmy G with that team, they could be Super Bowl bound. And the same thing with Baker Mayfield. Now I'm not saying I'm not saying they won't draft a quarterback for the future, but I think that Baker probably would be a good fit for that team because he don't have to do much. Look what he has around. He has a good offensive line. Now they do have to address the running backs. You got the wide receivers and tight ends. You got those right there. Mike Evans is a little long in the tooth, but they got some backup guys that could help him out. They need to address the running game because they got rid of what's the name? They released the running back Fournette. They released him, so they gotta address that issue. Mo, what's your thoughts on Baker going to Tampa? You think that might be a good fit?
So you're saying we're going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. Nah, man.
They were 9-8-9 last year with Tom Brady. At least Baker can get
made the playoffs
by default.
They made the playoffs. Baker Mayfield made the playoffs.
He has.
How many teams he played for last year?
2.
He had 3 chances.
He had 3 chances.
3 chances last year.
3 chances last year.
So who do you think going forward could be the quarterback for Tampa?
I think they're gonna look at recycled black.
They're gonna look at
either
Brissett.
They're gonna look at
either
Brissett.
They're gonna look at
who was the backup in Miami?
In Miami.
What was his name?
Teddy
Bridgewater.
Was it
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. Ooh.
Yeah. So either one of those two, I think makes sense. But I think they're gonna draft unless they think Kyle Trask ready. I don't think he's ready.
No, he's not ready because that team's ready to win right now. So I think that's why they got to get a proven quarterback. So let me ask you guys a question. So you think Teddy Bridgewater?
I think that's the team that trades up for Richardson.
If he drops.
He's not going to drop. I'm gonna tell you why he's not going to drop. He's going. If he doesn't, if he might end up going to the Colts. I'm telling you that right now. I think the Colts might be a team. The Colts might be a team that looking for a quarterback. Okay. And again, like I said, Carolina, you got so many holes to fill. It's like you got more holes to fill than an earthquake on an easy Sunday morning. They got a lot of things. If I'm Carolina, I'm not going for a quarterback right now, especially when you got my man Williams sitting out here waiting to be drafted next year. If I'm Carolina and I'm looking at my schedule like, yo, we're not gonna be that good this year. Why draft a quarterback right now? We got this guy coming out because I can see. Hey, if that's what you want to call it, then that's what you call it. Don't think, Dana. Don't tell me Miami did Miami didn't tank. You don't think Miami tanked for Tua? We want to talk about. We really want to go there. You really want to go there, Dana? Okay. All right. No, Tua tank for them. But I'm just saying though. If I'm Carolina, I'm not really looking at a quarterback right now. What you got coming out next year? Come on, man. You gonna miss out on something good.
You don't trade.
You don't trade
your number one wide receiver to the number one pick to not take a quarterback.
But now you ain't got no wide receiver.
You can get a wide receiver.
A number one? Yeah, but number one? Well, I get their point now. I'm gonna say this. They said the Raiders Packers was just as close to being the number one as Carolina's pick was. But the thing about it is that the Raiders didn't want to throw in a couple other picks. Because if not, we'd be talking about the Raiders, and we know where the Raiders are gonna go with their quarterback. They were definitely gonna go with my man from Ohio State, CJ Stroud. That would be their guy right there. That would be their guy right there.
I think he's the best quarterback.
He's the best quarterback in the draft.
CJ.
Yep.
You think CJ? I don't know. I'm not too high on quarterbacks coming out of Ohio State. Justin Fields he's a special guy. He's special. But I want to see if he gets hurt and how him getting hurt channels his inner being of being a pocket passing quarterback in the NFL. If he can do that, then he's fine. But when you have to rely on your legs all the time, that becomes an issue. Dana.
Yes.
How them Lakers doing?
Oh man, sorry. You know we like a one-legged man in a judo class.
Lou. Lou, you out there?
I could be in the Knicks.
How's them Knicks looking?
Yeah.
How them Knicks looking, man? They look real good.
Better than what people think, especially after being the Lakers last night.
They look
real.
They look real good.
Over the season had quite a while.
I tell you what.
Don't care, man, yet.
They look real good. Mo.
Yeah, 40 wins.
How them Celtics looking to you, baby?
Still not right, but we'll be better once Robert
Williams comes back.
I've learned that they play better when I don't watch the game.
So you're not watching? Oh, it's 8:30.
I ain't watched the last two games.
Okay. All right, Dana, Mo, Lou, NBA. They about to make some moves. All awards are going to be on. One of the things when they give out the awards going forward is how many games have you played. So this way, it kind of get away from that load management. And the thing about it is, if you come to NBA right now, or you're going to get a new contract, and you put those incentives in there, okay, if you play this many games and you get the MVP, then you're going to get this amount of money. If you play this many games, you get six-man award, you get this type of money. If you play this many games and you get defensive player award, you get this kind of money. So the NBA is tweaking it a little bit right here. So this is what's going on. I'm going to read this thing to you. Okay. NBA closing on agreement to set games played threshold for MVP and other awards per report. Why in the double HE hockey sticks are they taking our topic that we've been talking about for almost a year and a half? We're talking about this thing.
Yeah.
So it says the NBA and the National Basketball Association are close to agreement that would create a minimum games played requirement for regular season awards, such as MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. According to Sham, but with both sides are in agreement about the concept, they have not determined an actual figure for the number of games. So I'm going to ask you guys, what number of games do you feel that you have to play that allows you to be in these awards? Lou, how many games do you think they need to play?
60.
Dana.
41.
Dana, that's half the season.
Yeah.
Dana, that's half the season. That's half the season, Dana.
This man is. These guys are not construction workers.
Dana, this is okay.
I walk past the hardest working people every day.
Okay.
Workers,
okay, I ain't gonna argue with you, Dana. Mo, how many games?
I agree with Lou, 60.
I agree with Lou, 60.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say 62.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 62. So before we read it, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't read the article. I just pulled it up today and I saw it. I said we gotta talk about it. So it says here, for what's worth, there already a rule in place that players must appear in 58 games. So we were all wrong. It's probably gonna be at least 65 or more because they play 82 games, so it might be 70 games that they might have to play. And to be eligible for statistical honors such as scoring title. It seems like the league would push for a higher threshold for awards through the remaining to be seen. Such a rule would add at least one concrete guidelines on voting process that can be at least the MVP toxic in part because of the abstract nature. Everyone has a different temperament. What honors mean? Although it is worth noting that in the modern era, there has been a de facto requirement for voters since the league moved to 82 games schedule in 1968. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm gonna go back 1968 when they played 82 games prior to 1968. Bill Russell had won titles during that time period, so he had to adjust to 68 games where they were playing less games. But to me, the talent was still the same. Bill Walton, 1978, the only player to win MVP without playing at least 70 games, excluding the shortened season. Late in February, a report from the Atlantic indicated that the NBA and the NBA PA had held productive discussions on new collective bargaining agreement and were hopeful to finalize the deal in the near future. Load management and star availability has been all and will continue to centralize issues in those talks. The two sides recently extended their mutual opt-out deadline for the current CBA, which runs through 2023-24 until March 31st. While everyone understands that why teams load manage players, there's also a sense that it cheapens the regular season product. Trying to find a balance between player health and having competitive games each night is a difficult challenge, especially when a shortened season is likely off the table. Introducing minimum games play requirement for major awards will keep stars on the floor for most games, though it will be interesting to see if they add minutes threshold as well to prevent players from checking in a few minutes before sitting out. So basically what they're saying, okay, well, you're gonna play every game, but you're gonna play less minutes. So do your guys agree with that concept? Do you think that would help the NBA going forward, Dana?
No, because the players get to do what they want to do in the NBA. I like that the players run the NBA.
Lou, what's your thoughts?
I don't think they got help. If they do, they don't want to do it. So I think I would stay.
Mo, thoughts? I don't think so. I think the most important thing is the guys who are usually going to be competitive for the MVP don't care about the amount of games. They care about how well the team does. So it would be, I think it would be even worse because then if they miss some games at the start of the season, then for the last couple of games, they got to play when their team is already clinched. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I get your point there. They will play. They still will play in less. They probably will play games that really don't matter, especially if you feel like you're a team that can win on the road. Then even the seeding don't really matter to you. Mm-hmm. So in another article, it says, what exactly is voter fatigue? It perhaps the most discussed element in the 2023 NBA MVP race. Yet it seems a lack of specific definitions on most basic level. It refers to the idea that awards voters tend to favor newer candidates. When the incumbent or established winner seeks second trophy and loses in the incoming, is often evoked by more experienced candidates supporting voters and board player X greatness, they say. It is a concept that is applied somewhat selective. So, okay, so let's talk about this. Kendrick Perkins said that he said that the majority of the voters that vote for MVP are Caucasian people. And he feels like that Joker won the MVP because there are more Caucasians that vote for him. I get his point, but I don't understand it because if you look back at if you look at the MVPs that have been in the league, the majority of them are black or African American. They're not white. So I don't really get his point. I get where he was going with this, but I think that he went in the wrong direction of how the conversation went on, and that he was conversating against JJ Redick, who is never wrong. He's never wrong. He's perfect as an analyst. Sucked as a basketball player because he never played defense. He can shoot the ball, but he sucked at defense. But as an analyst, he never wants to say he's wrong. But I get Perkins' point because I watched Denver the other night and I seen the ball hit the rim and everybody shot the ball left and went back down to defense. All the defensive players that was going to be on offense, they all left and let Joker get the rebound. And there was a couple players that were close to him, so he ended up getting a double-double. Getting a triple-double. So I think you cloud it with those type of rebounds, and then You go back to the situation with Giannis, they took the rebound away from him, so he didn't get that triple-double. But that's the same thing that Milwaukee done, the same thing that Dallas done. But Dallas awards him that rebound. You know what I'm saying? So I think there is some parity in this situation. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as what Perkins might want it to be. But the thing about it is, though, is that Joker probably going to end up winning a third MVP and has not made it to the NBA Finals. And I don't know for sure. And I probably, if I go back and look, majority of MVPs in the NBA have made it to the finals at least. They might have lost, but they made it to the finals. They made it to the East. They made it to the Western Conference Finals one time in the last 2 years. Now they got Murray back. You know what I'm saying? They got a better team this year. But is anybody scared of? Is anybody out west scared of Denver? All three of you guys. This spit out a team that's scared of Denver right now.
Yeah.
Is there any team out there scared of Denver? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Nobody. No.
No, nobody's scared of
Maybe
Denver.
the Clippers.
Maybe the Clippers. Maybe the Clippers.
Maybe the Clippers. What about everybody else?
Because they can't beat Denver.
Anybody else out there? Is anybody in the East scared of Denver? If you would take Milwaukee, Boston, and Philadelphia, the top three teams out west, the East, are you scared to play Denver in the playoff in the NBA Finals? Would all three of those teams would they be favored to win against Denver?
Oh yeah.
See, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I think Perkins has legitimate excuse. A legitimate excuse of what he said, because nobody's scared of Denver. No, there's no team out there scared of Denver. But they have the best record out west though. Which is kind of weird for us to sit and say this. Is anybody scared of Denver? Is anybody scared of Denver? Anybody? There's nobody scared of Denver. There's nobody scared of Denver. You look at the standings. Let me see. Pull up the standings here. Denver's 46-22, 30-6 at home, 16-6 on the road. They're 500. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's scared of them.
Yeah.
But this is the team that's getting ready. This is the team that they're going to give another MVP award to, this guy who has never made it to the Western Conference Finals. So I understand what Perkins was talking about a little bit, but I'm not saying I agree with everything he said. Any comments, guys, on this?
Instead of giving one day 12 games, it might just be time for Denver to bring the 8 games.
I really don't get it, man. I really it's funny how they have the second best record in NBA. Actually they had the third best record in NBA, behind Milwaukee and Boston. They're plus 3. So basically they're giving them 113, scoring 116. They've lost 3 in a row. They're 6-4 in the last 10. Which is crazy. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Go ahead, Mo.
It does make sense.
It does make sense.
They are who we thought they are?
No, Denver's in Colorado.
So they're getting high.
Everybody want to go to Colorado.
So they're getting high.
You might get 4 games in Colorado. That's why they're number 1 seed.
That's why they're number 1 seed, baby. Ain't nobody missing out.
The NBA Finals goes through Colorado.
Well, I'm gonna say this, but if they have to play Milwaukee or Boston, if it stands pat right now, they're not playing. They're playing 3 games in Denver.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm talking about those to West.
I'm talking about those
the
to
East.
West.
The East don't really care about it.
The East don't really care about it.
Yeah.
On the West Coast is all.
On the West Coast is all laid
Cali and West Chicago. Think about it. The best teams are in Cali.
The best teams are in Cali.
Yeah, think about it. The Kings probably got off the weed. That's probably
number two.
Okay, so let's move on real quick. NBA used a Hawkeye technology in 2023-2024 season referee system used in the World Cup tennis. The NBA announced a partnership with Sony. Oh my God, I can't talk today. Sony Sports on Thursday that will bring the Hawkeye tracking technology to the league beginning in 2023-24 season. The Hawkeye tracking, which was used in the 2022 FIFA Men's World Cup regular, featuring the tennis among other sporting events, capture players and ball movement in real time and will be aiding officiating decisions. The technology will provide the opportunity to enhance officiating by increasing the accuracy of call speed, gameplay, including future seasons throughout the automatic calls on plays such as out of bounds and goaltending. iHawk effectively replaces second spectrum center of mass data, which has been used in recent seasons. Second Spectrum will continue to work with the NBA and will begin implementing this enhanced graphic and advanced status for alternative broadcasting on NBA League Pass next season. The NBA also expanded the relationship with data provider Sports Radar to create a stat and graphic relating to the Hawkeye technology. So basically what they're saying is that there's going to have this film. I mean, there's going to be this camera that's going to follow out of bounds plays and the goaltending and things of that nature, which is going to be good. I like this. It's about time they did this because I think Adam Silver is soft. He's really soft, guys. He's really soft. If that was, I'm gonna say right now, if David Stern was a commissioner, John Moran would probably be gone. He probably wouldn't be in the NBA no more. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think I'm glad John Morant will probably be back in NFL. I mean, in the NBA really soon. But I'm gonna say this: I think that the NBA is hiding a whole lot of stuff with John Morant. I think it goes beyond this gun situation. I think that John Morant's dad need to be his dad. Stop being his friend. Whenever you're your kid's friend, it never works out. You can't hang. I don't hang out with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Now, my daughter's 21. My son's up in his 30. Now, I will go drinking with my son right now, but I'm not taking my daughter out to drink. If we're gonna drink, we're gonna drink in the house. We're not going out and party like that. Not yet. Not just yet. She's not ready for that. So let's go real quick. We got about 15 minutes left. Yo, so when I played basketball, I didn't realize how I could twist my body in different forms and fashions and things of that nature. And I ended up having sprained ankles all the time, and I'm limping around the house with ice on my ankles and things of that nature. So when I started playing basketball in high school, I went to my basketball coach. I said, "Can you tape my ankles up?" And he said, "Well, you tape them up when you get hurt." I said, "No, I don't want to get hurt first. I want to get them tapered. I want to get them taped so I don't get hurt." Because I could turn my foot on really sharp and twist my ankle that way a lot of times. So I learned how to get my ankles taped in high school, and I always get my ankles taped whenever I play sports, football, basketball. Even when I ran track, I got my ankles taped because me playing basketball so much that my ankles, I could twist my ankles. Talking about Kevin Durant with these low top sneakers. I'm trying to figure out if these guys get their ankles taped before games, or do they get them taped after the game when they sprain the ankle? Because once you sprain it, it's sprained. So why get it taped? I don't know if you guys saw the layup line that he was doing. I mean, it looked like he can't chew gum and walk at the same time, for real. You know what I'm saying? But this thing, I'm not understanding I'm not understanding the basketball sneakers now that they low tops, because at the end of the day, that's your ankles is your money makers, right? That's what make you the money. So I'm not understanding how these guys played in these sneakers. I mean, in a lot of sneakers that they make now, they're not really for them. They got their name on them, like KD sneakers or they're KDs, but he has a sole he puts in them that fits his foot. right? So you put the sole in, it brings your ankle up, and you don't have tape on your ankle. So I'm like, come on, guys, what's going on here? It's not that hard to figure this thing out. Why don't these guys wear high top sneakers? This thing about this, Mo, if Robert Parrish would have wore low top sneakers, his career would have been over a long time ago. Kevin McHale's career would have been over a long time ago. How many times have we seen that dude twist his ankle and come back and play?
But those Converse didn't have
But those
much.
Converse didn't have much. Shouldn't have much.
No, but they're high tops. And they did wrap their ankles before the game, where I don't even know if these guys I don't know if these guys tape their ankles now before the game start. I mean before the game. Do they go to I'll be scared as hell. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm scared as hell when I see them guys twist their ankle. I'm like, oh my Lord. With the low tops on, I never played basketball with nothing but high tops on. Danny, what's your thoughts on this right here? Do you agree with guys wearing these low top sneakers, or do you think that the NBA should implement a sneaker law that they got to wear high tops?
No, because you got to think about it. If it's the shoes, but if it's protecting you, if it's some way of protection, then I would go ahead and wear them because you're messing up your merchandise when you're coming out there. Like the greatest player, one of the greatest players of all time. He never complained about injuries because they take their hard-earned money. They want to watch you play. The great Kobe Bryant. So I just think some of these players need to take care of themselves so these kids can come watch them play. Instead of pointing goals at them.
I agree. Mo, what's your thoughts?
This new generation, man.
It's
more about actually dunking on somebody, or looking good, or looking good, actually learning how to play the game. And that's the problem that I have. They're using sneaks. Like they're not even playing. It's just about walking outside. And if you notice, most guys have white shoes, but they're actually playing a difference too.
That's what I was saying. The shoes that they wear are not the shoes they're playing. You know what I'm saying? And my nephew told me the one day, he said sneakers are shoes. I said, huh? He said, yeah, they're shoes. They call shoes now. I said, no, they call sneakers. He said, no, they call shoes. I'm like, no, they're not shoes. They don't have a heel. No, they call shoes. He said, yo, Jordans are shoes. They're not sneakers no more. He said, because nobody gonna go out and play in Jordans. I was like, wow. I'm like, I'm really tripping on this situation right here. This is crazy that we're having this conversation about sneakers now. They call them shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really not. I guess it's the way of the world, how we're going right now, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Real quick, we got about 10 minutes left. Let's real quick before we go into the NCAA bracket. You guys got anything y'all want to talk about before we move on?
Just the fat ass on the
okay. So Paul George was explaining why defense is so bad in the NBA today. And it's really easy. I really don't need to read this article. The reason why the NBA defense is so bad because you don't allow you to play defense no more. You can't hand check, you can't touch them, you can't do nothing to the offensive player now. It's basketball has become an entertainment, and when it's an entertainment, somebody controls who wins, somebody controls who loses. Like when you go to movies, at the end of the movies, Johnny gets the girl, they walk through the sunset, and everything's happy because it's entertainment. Basketball needs to go back to being basketball, being a game. Football, baseball, all sports need to go back to being a game, not an entertainment. Because when you become an entertainment, somebody can predict who wins, somebody loses. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to basketball, the problem with basketball is you can't play defense. And so when to me, I think now making an all decent defensive team really means something now than back in the day before. Because back in the day, you was allowed to head check, you was allowed to push off, you was allowed to elbow, you was allowed to do a whole lot of things you can't do right now. So actually, when you play good defense and the guy still shoots the ball, good defense, better offense. But you're not allowed to do certain things in defense. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand what Paul George was talking about when he said about you can't play defense the way you want to play defense. You know, and it kills me when guys get to the pros and they say, "Oh, he can't play no defense," but let him play against you, and I guarantee you're gonna see the defense that he can play, because he can play defense. It's just that the offense is better in the NBA than it's ever at any other level. It's just that simple. I got to be honest with you guys. I got to be honest with you, about that. And I get it. I don't agree with it, but I think they need to allow some deep. I think they need to bring hand checking in a little bit more, because these guys are faster. I would love to see the court be bigger. I would love to see the rim get higher, because these guys can jump higher. They can run faster. I think, you know, make the court a little bit longer, a little bit wider, put the rims up to maybe 10.5, add another referee into the game, so you don't miss those other calls that you sometimes miss. And with the Hawkeye thing going in, they trying to make the game perfect, which can never be perfect, but it can be close to being perfect going forward. So I see a lot of changes coming for the NBA in the near future, especially with the collective bargaining agreement. I'm really liking this, how many games you have to play, things of that nature. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's real quick look at our bracket, guys. I don't know how you guys want to do this, create a bracket or whatever the case may be, but they got the brackets in now. You got Alabama who's number 1 overall. You got Houston's number 1. You have Kansas City, Purdue is number 1. My USA Bruins is number 2. So if you guys go to ESPN and just fill out your bracket here, and then once you fill out your bracket, post it on the page, and then we'll see how well each other does. I was going to have someone come on and talk about the bracket. They were going to try to do a bracket for the page, but he didn't come on tonight, so that was a waste of conversation. The other day I had with the person, I think the person was more interested in trying to get a show, didn't do a bracket, and right now we're not really looking to bring anybody else on unless you're a female. I'm just be honest with you. We got enough males on the show. If you live out the West Coast, Midwest Coast, we got you. If you want to do a show, we got enough East Coast shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking that away from nobody else. If you got a good idea, holler at me. We're gonna figure something out. But we're looking for Midwest, West Coast, looking for male, female. You know, love to get some females on the show because we don't have any really. Still waiting on Tamara to do what they're gonna do going forward. So hopefully they can do what they do. We're waiting on Dana to make a move when Dana does what he does. Anything else for the good of the cause, guys, before we move on? Anybody? Baseball news? Any baseball news?
Well, the U.S., I think, they're looking at the everything in being back from Mexico.
Yeah. Have any of you guys watched that? I have not watched one game yet. I'm not really in tune with it. I have no idea who's doing what. But I know that it's to qualify to go to Olympics, right?
I think I
watched some of it while I was waiting for lunch.
Okay.
I only know Carlos Rondon
got
hurt
for the Yankees.
So they shut somebody. Did they shut him down? Was they shutting him down? Mm-hmm. Yankees shut somebody down. Was it him?
Carlos Rondon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, guys, we got about 6 minutes left. randomly talk about something here. Dallas Mavericks. Is it time to hit the panic button? Hey, Dana. Oh, no, I know Dana what's going on. Dana.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you this right now. The Los Angeles Lakers will have Kyrie Irving and James Harden on the team next year. You can take that to the
Where
bank.
LeBron going?
He's going to be right there. You can take that to the bank.
Well, what James Harden?
I think he's out of Philly. Cause I don't see Philly winning. I don't think Philly can get past Boston or Milwaukee. I see they might be breaking that thing up. I think Embiid might be concentrating on going somewhere else. There's talk that it's talk that that Giannis could be going to New York next year. So there might be some players being moved, and Embiid. They're talking about Embiid maybe going to Boston in the near future. I don't know how. If I'm gonna say this, if we gotta get rid of Jaylen Brown, it's not gonna happen. I'm not getting rid of Jaylen Brown. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, I heard what's the name coming to the Lakers.
Who's that?
Tatum.
Who?
Tatum for the Celtics.
You said ketchup. You said Steakums.
Yeah, no, that's the Jason Tatum.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Jason Tatum coming to the Lakers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. He come out to LA for visits. That's about all he's gonna do. That's all he said.
Mike. I heard Reggie Johnson is coming out of retirement.
Johnson is coming out of retirement.
Norm Nixon too. Hey, Dana. I heard they mad that Paul Gasol's number's getting retired, and is Worthy's number retired yet?
No.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good, Dana. That's not good, Dana. What is up with that?
Hey man, Paul Gasol did a pass in my book.
Oh.
If you want a definition of friend, Paul Gasol is a friend.
You said a friend.
A friend.
What they got to do with basketball, Dana?
Hey man, I'm just saying.
Paul Gasol can get in the Ring of Honor, but he shouldn't be getting his number retired before James Worthy.
Man, he's doing good things, man.
Dana, that ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
I feel why he in there.
Okay.
Jenny Buzz, this was for you. Mama told y'all to do that. Y'all know what, man. Come on, man. Stop.
All right, guys.
All the songs get a pass.
Okay. He gets a pass. So, Mo.
Well, hold on. Michael Cooper's not up there.
That's what I'm saying.
My boy not up there. Hold on.
But see, Michael Cooper, he played somewhere else when he came to the Lakers. He didn't get drafted by the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken. That's why Cooper's number's not up there.
I thought he was drafted by the Lakers.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Cooper's drafted by the Lakers.
He was drafted by the Lakers for Mexico.
You think?
Mexico? Yeah. Byron Scott wasn't drafted by the Lakers. I think Michael Cooper he was there with Magic. He was there before Magic.
Let's see.
They hated Byron Scott, though. Yeah. He said he wanted to take Magic.
Let's see here what we got real quick.
He was drafted by the Lakers.
Third round victory player.
That's my boy.
But
I don't need Google. I'm Google before Google.
Byron Scott.
Byron Scott was traded there.
He was traded to the Lakers. They hated him. They used to beat him up in practice because he said he was better than Magic Johnson. You didn't see the interview. I just seen the interview. After practice, he said he used to sit in his car and cry. Help me.
So he got traded so he got drafted by the Clippers and got traded to the Lakers.
To the Lakers.
But he was all but he didn't stay with the Lakers. No, hold up now. He never played with the Pacers. I mean, he never played with the Clippers. He got traded. He was picked. He was drafted by them in 1983, first round pick, 4th overall, and got traded to the Lakers at the same time. So he actually played. He only played for the Lakers at the beginning. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's 9 o'clock.
But Byron Scott became one of my favorite Lakers too. I
like Byron Scott. I think he got railroaded as the coach. All right, guys. Again, Dana, Mo, if you get a chance, go to ESPN and do your bracket. I'm gonna do my bracket.
I'm gonna do my bracket tonight,
and then I'm gonna try to put it on the page. Let's see how well it goes. Anything else for the good of the day, guys? Before we get out of here.
Let's just be better humans.
Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that. Be better humans. To be honest, better humans.
Right.
Everybody's cool. Right now.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Next Monday. Next Monday, make sure you guys have. We're doing this because it's International Women's Month. Make sure you guys have a Black History Month, Black History person that deals with a female for next Monday coming up. All right, guys.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
All right, guys.
I threw a Thea Gibson.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, G-Dub from Austin, Texas, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, G-Dub from Austin, Texas, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses.